thank you for watching. Today's video, I would like to talk about some makeup terminology and beauty terminology that you might not know. I never really thought about this, but my mother-in-law brought it to my attention that she was watching one of my videos and there were some things that she didn't know what they meant, and Cupid's bow was one of them, and she said she had never heard that. She's wore makeup her whole life and she's never heard that term before. And so I asked my sister later on, I said, do you know what a Cupid's bow is? And she said, no. So anyway, I never thought that there was a lot of people out there that didn't know what this meant. And maybe it's because I've been around makeup for so long that I'm just used to hearing it, and you know, it just comes second nature to me. But I want people to be able to understand my videos and what I'm talking about, and whether you're watching me or someone else, if you don't understand what they're referring to, or you don't understand some of the terminology, you're not going to understand what the tips or any techniques they're trying to show you. So I want to just go over some things today that y'all might have questions about or might not know what they mean. And yeah, so let's just get started. Oh, and by the way, there's a whole other video that I'm going to do on makeup that shows different kinds of makeup, different makeup products and what they're used for, because I know nowadays you can go into the drugstore and it's just like overwhelming how many different products there are on the market. Even in the last 3 or 4 years, it's been just just mind-blowing how much they've come up with. So I want to go over the different types of products and what they're used for and stuff like that. And like I said, I'm going to keep that in another video because I don't want to make this one too long, and it's already going to be long enough. So yeah, let's get started. The first one is the Cupid's bow, and the Cupid's bow is the dip in the middle of your upper lip right here. And you know, you have your 2 points and then you have the dip, and that's called the Cupid's bow. Another one is the brow bone. The brow bone is the area right under your eyebrow. You can feel it kind of protruding right up through here, and this is called your brow bone. You can usually use a lighter shade or a highlight shade right through here on the outer part of your brow bone right here. The crease is in the middle, and it's the, you know, if you're feeling that brow bone, if you start just sliding down, you'll feel it dip in, and that is called your crease. And that's where you usually put a darker shade or a more dramatic shade in your crease to create depth and definition in your eyes. And your lid is the area below the crease, and that is where you know, you put your lid colors, all this area through here. Your waterline. If you hear people talking about lining their waterline, all that means is it's the inner rim right here on your bottom eye, and you can line it with white, make your eyes look bigger, more awake, or you can line it with black and create a really pretty smoked out look, dramatic. And tight lining. Tight lining is just where you're, you know, lining the upper eye inside right there. It's like the inner rim of the upper eye. Your tear duct, and you might hear people talking about putting a shimmery color or a highlight in the tear duct area of their eye, and all that is the innermost corner of your eye right here. And a lot of times you'll see people put highlighting shades right there, very shimmery shades to kind of highlight that area. And that's your tear duct. Your cheekbone, and again, I was amazed at people, you know, and it's not that people, I think anybody's stupid or something, but, or anything like that at all, because everybody has to learn somewhere. But, you know, I didn't know how many people did not know how to find their cheekbone, and like I said, I just took it for granted that people knew where that was at. But your cheekbone is just going to be the area, the bone that protrudes right here, right underneath your eye. You can slide down and you can feel that bone right there. That's your cheekbone. And if you hear people talking about the apple of the cheeks or the apple of their cheeks, that's just the fullest part of your cheek right here. It's usually when you smile, you can get that fullness. It's this part right here, you know, the part that protrudes, and that's the apple. Your T-zone is right through here, and it is the forehead area and the nose. A lot of people get oily. You'll hear people talk about getting oily in the T-zone area. Contouring and highlighting. Contouring, all it really means is you're going to want to use a darker shade of makeup, whether it be bronzer, liquid makeup in a dark color, or a contouring powder. And you want to, and you have any areas that you want to slim or make look like it's, receded, you want to use that darker shade on. A lot of people use it under their, right here under their cheeks. They use it on their nose to make their nose look slimmer and so forth. It just makes those areas recede, so it, detracts attention. And the highlight is just the opposite of that. It emphasizes any areas, and it's going to bring those out. It's going to bring those forward, any areas that you highlight. A lot of people highlight right here on the very top of the cheekbone, in the Cupid's bow right here, and other areas. And if you hear somebody say stipple or stippling a foundation, that just, all it means is getting a brush and applying your foundation in a light tapping manner. You're just lightly tapping and stippling on your foundation. It creates an airbrushed effect when you do that. And chalky. Usually this is referred to when you're talking about low quality products or bad quality. And it means that they're just really powdery, and they're messy, and they get all over the place, and that's what we mean when we refer to something as being chalky. Fallout. And like if you hear somebody has that fallout, they're talking about whether an eyeshadow has fallout or a product that has fallout. It's usually eyeshadow, and what all it is it's eyeshadow. It seems to just like fall out of the brush, that it doesn't adhere in the brush well, and it ends up transferring and getting on other areas of your face. And yeah, I mean, that's what fallout is. It's usually in poor quality products, or chalky, powdery products, and it just makes a mess. So if you hear about somebody saying they're foiling their eyes, or a foil technique for your eyes, that's all it is dampening or wetting your eyeshadow brush and applying the eyeshadow with that. It makes it more pigmented and creates a more dramatic effect when you do that. And that's all it is. Some of these words can sound so complicated, but they really just have simple meanings. If you hear about somebody's lipstick bleeding, or they talk about, you hear me or somebody talk about, so that it doesn't bleed, certain colors bleed. All that means is that it tends to smear and get outside the lip lines, and that's why a lot of times, especially if you're wearing a dark or a red color, you want to use a lip liner so they don't bleed and runs. I know if you didn't know anything about makeup or anything, you would probably think, what, her mascara's running. But yeah, when somebody says their mascara's running, or this is a poor quality product, it runs. That just means that it smudges everywhere. It doesn't stay on your eyelashes, and a lot of times you'll get it up under here and so forth. And that's what that means. And now I just want to go over some finishes that you might not know what they mean. And the first one is a frost. A frost is just a shimmery, kind of a chrome-like finish. A lot of frosty lipsticks and stuff. But yeah, that's all that is. It's just a really shimmery product. A metallic product. It's just a very, very shiny product. It kind of looks like metal. It looks like, the chrome, or it looks like it's just shiny like a metal. A lot of nail polishes come in that, in like a chrome finish and metallic finish. A satin product, or if it's a satin finish, it just means that it's mostly matte. It's mostly matte. I mean, it's just, let me get this all out. It's mostly matte, but it might have just a little bit of shimmer to it, but not much. And a matte, of course, that means there's no shine, no glitter, none of that. And that's a matte. it's kind of like your paints, you know, matte, satin finish, gloss finish. You know, you can think about the frost and the metallics kind of as being glosses. Oh, yeah, this is a new one that I heard about maybe a year ago, and I was like, what are they talking about? Because they were talking about baking their face, and I was just, you know, mind-boggling. I was like, baking your face? What does that mean? And baking your face is just where you apply your concealer, you know, on the areas you kind of want to highlight and bring forward and emphasize, and you apply like a ton of translucent powder afterwards, and you let that set for a while. And it's supposed to kind of melt that into your face and help it last longer and just make you look like you have flawless skin. I don't do it a lot. I might try to do it, you know, for a video a time or two. It's just so time consuming because you have to wait after you put that product on. And so, you know, but I am thinking about trying it on a video for y'all. A cut crease. A cut crease is, you'll see a lot of videos that says cut crease or something like that. And all it is to use your eyeshadow, and it's using it in the crease of your eye, you know, to create a real dramatic appearance. And that's a cut crease. If you hear somebody talking about the V, that's just this area right here from the bottom part, this outer corner, and you go up in a V. It's kind of like a sideways V. You go up and then you go into the crease and kind of work it in, and that's what they call the outer V. It's sideways V. And I'll do an eyeshadow tutorial soon, and I'll go into more detail on that. And the last one that I have for y'all today is strobing. Strobing is just where you're gonna highlight the areas that your face or skin would naturally glow underneath lights, you know, where the light would normally hit it, and all it is like lots of highlighting, and that's called strobing. So yeah, some of these terms can sound kind of complicated, but they're really not. And you know, I'm sure there's some that, you know, I've missed. But yeah, let me know in the comments if there's anything y'all think of that people might not know. There's just so many new terms lately, and so many things, and sometimes, like I said, I take for granted that everybody knows something when they don't. And everybody has to learn somewhere. It's just because this has always been just my thing, and I love doing this. I don't even, you know how long I've known these things, but for a long time. But if you've never been interested in it, or you're just starting, how are you supposed to know? So I want you to be able to understand what I'm talking about in my videos, and I want you to be able to understand everybody else. And I'm sorry if I took that for granted that y'all automatically knew. So yeah, just some definitions that you think of that people might not know. And yeah, so, and if you haven't liked my channel yet, please do. I really appreciate everyone just liked my channel and subscribed, and give a thumbs up on this video. Okay? Alrighty, I'll talk to y'all soon. Thank you.